Hey y'all, hey, what's up? Welcome to Nephtara Grace. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, what's up? If you've been here before, what's up? The song is We Can't Be Tamed. The vibe is elite. This particular collective that I'm channeling for, y'all, we are God's top favorite, best, whatever adjective you want to use. That's how the divine feels about us. And it's always had people feel a certain kind of way about us. You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that God loves us means that other people hate us. We are the Josephs of this generation. We are the Benjamins of this generation. Because God didn't give us one gift, He gave us 10 gifts. And people don't like it. This is what the reading is about today. It's about who we are, who you are, how we roll, what we are not, what we will never be, what we never were, despite of what everybody around us tried to have everybody believe. This is the power of knowing. See, God did something and everybody missed it except for the elect chosen. But it was inevitable because, see, what man did was they took what God did originally and they perverted it. They turned it into something else. They turned it into something that was literally poisonous to the people. That was never what God intended. And so it's like we should have known collectively, people, humans, whoever the hell, we should have known that God was going to come through and rebalance what we had perverted. What I don't know, it's like we just stopped thinking. But I get that. I guess when it's like you stop looking towards God, you start looking at your golden calf, all types of sacred thoughts and thinkings go out your head, don't they? You just let anything come through and pretend like it's a thought. But it's not. It's a possession of a negative, lower vibrational entity. Humanity's been under one big spell. The same spell that's been trying to do the same shit that we've been battling since the days of the Old Testament and the Christian Bible. The same evil that we've been battling since the drama of Gilgamesh. It's a tale as old as time. Only the divine always had a plan on how to rectify the situation. And just because people can't see it doesn't mean it isn't so. Gravity, the wind, Andromeda, God's plan. These are things you can't see, but it's real. You're not going to open your door, open your window, and there it is. No, but you know it's there. You know it's effective. You know it's functioning. You know it's operating the way it's meant to. You know that. So God did something new. God did something new. And he let certain people know what he was doing. He didn't let everybody know what he was doing. Because not everybody is aligned with the will of God. So God only let those who are aligned with his will know what he was doing. But God did something. And what he did was put a plan in place to rectify what had been imbalanced. Now, why does this matter? We can't be tamed. We can't be tamed. It's a new breed out here. I don't know if you want to call it chosen, 144. I don't care what you call yourself. But we are a new breed. We came with the codes downloaded to topple the perverted regime that has been consciously constraining humanity for eons. This is something that we carry inside of us. And believe me, the establishment has quickly learned it's difficult to deal with us. We can't be tamed. We're the ones the program doesn't work on, the brainwashing doesn't take. We stand out and we can't be tamed. At this point, we also cannot be eradicated. Many of you probably know that your contract comes with something that says you can only be removed by source. And if it ain't source trying to rub you out, baby, you ain't going nowhere. If you know, you know, and I think I'm talking to people who know. Rado, Fahey. Mm. Mm. Ingus and Dagas. This is something, like I said, this High Priestess with Dagas. This is, you knew this is coming. You know what this is. There's something here that you knew about because you knew about the new thing. Like you knew. So the old ways, what I call the old ways, we actually honored what was sacred. We honored source. And then we have this new way, which is real weird. The new way says everything has to be a certain way. Everybody has to do one thing. Absolutely anti-source energy. Y'all been out here talking about antichrist. What about people who are anti-source? They swear there's just no God at all. No. Two frogs got together and now it's a galaxy, and ducks kiss geese and now we have monkeys. That's what happened. People think like that. Or I should say they don't think, and so they let that type of shit come out their mouth, okay? But listen, our ability to not just withstand the effery around us, but to regenerate ourselves in an environment that has been seeded with death spell after death spell after death spell after death spell. Like the very air that, can y'all smell it? Are y'all like, so I have like I'm all the clairs. It's, well, you probably know. If you don't, it's a lot. But the one that gets me is my sense of smell, y'all. I call it wolf smell. Like I can smell everything. I smell like a canine. I hear like a canine. I have sonar capabilities like a fucking dolphin. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Anyway, the smell of death, of decaying corpses that is on this planet, yo, I don't know. I personally, my first few years here, and I do mean like 15 years of being alive this lifetime, I struggled to eat. I was like, nah, everything's making me nauseous. This all sick. I don't know how y'all doing it. I couldn't eat for 15 years. And then I spent 15 years being suicidal. I was like, what is this? I'm telling you, I was thrown when I got here. Thrown. And I knew it was a mission, but damn. I'm telling you, I knew it was a mission. I knew I was on a mission when I was 4. I was just trying to figure out how to make this body work. Like, well, how does it don't move nothing. Look, I came in telekinetic. Then my parents, I told y'all, stamped that out. So by the time I turned 8, I'm like, well, I can't really do anything with this body. It doesn't, you have to touch everything to move it. That's just going to take extra time. I was pissed. I'm telling you, 8 years old, I was like, how am I supposed to do everything? I have to touch it first. Y'all. Oh, Lord Jesus. I'm telling you, it can't be changed. A lot of us have been eradicated, seemingly only to have us pop back up as walk-ins. We're not, listen, I got 2 out here. I got Ellen of the Ways. Y'all know I love Ellen of the Ways. Patterns. What are the patterns that lead you to living a life you love? We think about patterns and we think a lot about what are our negative patterns. And that's really good. You really do want to know What are the things holding you back? Like, what are the actions you're taking repeatedly that are just getting you stuck in a swamp? But, you know, again, this is Nephtara Grace. I'm talking to people like, you've done some work, I promise you, or you would not be watching these videos, okay? So Ella of the Ways is asking you, do you recognize the patterns that leave you empowered, that leave you feeling good, that leave you on your path? What are the patterns that benefit you, that are taking you higher? Bring your awareness to that. Maya Illusion, number 35. I love Maya. Right? Just a reminder. She's just reminding us that what we're seeing isn't real. And that's got to be, I think, the underlying message of today's channel, right? It's like the elect, the chosen, the whatever you want to call it. There's so many words they're throwing at me, right? So many names for us throughout time, because of who we are, you guys. We are not a part of the illusion. We're not stuck in this matrix. We've been seeded, we've been implanted with our souls deactivated until certain times, but once our soul activates and we power up and we wake up, we're not attached to the matrix. That's one of the first things we wake up to, is like, oh, I'm not stuck here. Oh, okay, cool. Because that's one of the programs that's in the air. So many programs in the air that we're born into, and you open your mouth, you breathe, you sucked in a program. And it's on after that. They're saying this. I don't really like to get into this, but I am going to say this. I was living in upstate New York. This is years ago, you guys. How long ago was this? It's like a decade ago. God, it's been a long. What time? Time don't fly. Time skedaddles out of here. That's what I'm going to say. Anyway, I was living in the Albany area, and I think it was U of Albany. Uni up there built a new nanotechnology site. I don't, listen, whatever you want to call it. The bottom line is, I lived for some years up there. I watched them build this facility. I've seen a lot of things be built. My dad was a first-rate carpenter. I grew up building things. I still love woodworking. I love to build things myself, in other words. I have experience working with wood. I have experience building large structures, furniture, and I love it, okay? In other words, I'm not new to the building process, to the construction process. I had never seen anything be built like this before, and I got to watch primarily because it was on a route that I took every single day, okay? So every single day I'm passing this construction site, and I watched how deep they dug. I watched the materials they used. Do you understand what I'm saying? I watched the phases of construction, the phases that were open and visible for me as I drove by, and the phases where they had everything cloaked off in black fabric around the entire construction site. Can you hear what I am telling you? This was University of Albany. So this isn't in the backwoods, baby. An entire construction site that for a minute, they wrapped the whole goddamn thing in black and you couldn't fucking see it. And then one day, poof, here it is again, and now walls are up, windows are in place. Wait, what? Huh? How'd you do? Well, what the hell? Huh? Nanotechnology. Now, as a psychic watching this happen, because this is the perspective, I'm giving you the perspective of an elect chosen one, as a psychic who watched it happen. Do you know what I was extremely clear about? The design, the building, the process, everything I had seen. One, I had never seen it before as a civilian, because it was a containment site. I was clear by the time they were complete that I was looking at a facility that was designed to contain something so that it would not get out. And I was struck with alarm. Why the is this in the middle of a city? Huh? What happened to the deep woods? Or the back of the what? I don't understand. I don't understand. That's 10 years ago, babies. Hold on, let me give you 12 years ago. I'm sure you can look it up. University of Albany Nanotechnology, whatever they call that thing. That shit is... So, I'm talking to my kids the other day. And I'm going to tell you guys. If you haven't already, please don't eat, stop eating bioengineered anything. The nanotechnology in the air, the bioengineered food, which is more nanotechnology in your body. It's not good for you, okay, honey? Don't do that anymore, all right, sweetie? I use my best mommy voice for you guys so you know that how much I love you. Because sometimes I know. I mean, there are people who are triggered by your tone. Okay, fine. I'm just trying to save your life. I'm not going to say that. That's rude. But listen, petrified wood, past life embrace, ruby, spiritual warrior. This is what I'm talking about. We can't be tamed. Whoever we are, we're high priestess, spiritual warriors from the past, this elite guard. That's what it is. It's an elite guard of the Most High. That's what this is. Okay. Yeah. But I feel like intentionally planted. I have always called it saboteurs. What is this? What is this? What do you want to do? Which one though? Okay. Let's do 3. Okay. I'm going to get some oracle out here. And come to the edge. Okay, this takes me immediately to and now I'm seeing spotlight, neon light. Okay, but poise come to the edge takes me to what I've been saying for a while now, like few readings now, a few weeks now, like the experience of you being off stage, waiting in the wings. Right? Like on the edge. Like when that boom, spotlight, because that's what's next. Spotlight. Y'all know that old song? I mean, y'all don't know that old song. It's from the 70s. I don't even know who sings Spotlight. Anyway, that's what's next. Like when the spotlight hits the stage, you're gonna, you're there. You come to the edge of the stage and you deliver. You deliver. Whatever it is you're poised for, you're about to deliver. Getting back to integrity. Yeah. This is something you're ready for. It's something you're ready for. Yeah. 35 out here again. Dang, you guys. We got the number 35 out here twice. Number 36 is out here. Number 48 is out here. And the number 12. That's the number 3. Number 8. And the number 9. Okay. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, Ancestors. Oh, Ascended Masters, Legions of Light, Gods and Goddesses, those who walk with me, those who protect me. Continue to do so as I channel messages for my tribe. 8 of Cups, 9 of Swords. Show me what I need to see and tell me what I need to know so I can support the tribe as we live, learn, thrive, and grow. With the blessed of the Lord, so it is my messages. So. Oh my God, y'all. I leaving behind a 9 of Swords, 8 of Cups, a 9 of Swords. That's a tower. Spotlight. I'm telling you, something about to pop. It's not, I was going to ask a question. They didn't let me even finish saying my little protection prayer. Well, give it to me. Because this is exciting. They're exciting. Queen of Swords. Something about there's something that you see. There's something that you see. You see how to make something work. You see something. There's something that before seemed like there's something that's the best way to put it is you're breaking, you see how to break something down so that it works, so that it flows, so that there's a balanced energy to it. This is something that this is something that previously gave you problems. It was a struggle before. It bothered you, but now you see it's almost like it's almost like you have a plan. It feels like yes, you understand what actions to take. You've mastered the process, patterns, element of the ways patterns. It's like you mastered the process. 7 of Coins, and you know which actions are going to produce the results you want to produce. 7 of Coins, yeah. 6 of Cups in the world, yeah. Mm-hmm. Past life embrace, yeah, because it's something you've done before. It's something you've done before. But it's almost, there's a death in here somewhere because it's like there's some type of perspective shift. But the tower. So it's like leaving behind a situation that was stressing you out. Leads you to working with something that previously occurred as a burden. It left you uncertain. You felt isolated. You were actually upset about whatever this was. But it's like now that you're out of some type of 9 of Swords environment, some type of situation that was just really negative, you've been able to take what was previously a burden and temper it, alchemize it into something like I don't know, it's almost like I'm watching you turn, it's almost like watching you turn something that was bad. I mean, 5 of Coins, 5 of Cups. This is something that left you despondent and isolated. But then it it leads to you mastering. I just yeah, what is this talk? High Priestess. Okay, that's the thing. So this is giving me psychic gifts. This is giving me psychic gifts. This is giving me being someplace or being somewhere, being in a tower, in an illusion with Maya here. Being in an illusion, lost compass, and one that had taken you off path, taking you out of integrity. I'm telling you, it's like you have crazy psychic gifts, but wherever you were, those psychic gifts were bad. They made you opposite. They made you. What was I saying? I'm talking about being an elect. They keep saying the Kodashini. I don't know what that is. I'm talking about. Yeah, elite. I don't. God's chosen. Okay. Like I said, like the program doesn't work on us. The bullshit we can't swallow it. We can't drink. We don't drink the Kool-Aid. Okay, we just like, no, that's not Kool-Aid. We're not gonna drink it. Like we don't do it. It's not for us. But whatever you were in, whatever this was, it was an illusion. It's almost like the illusion. It's almost because we started with an 8 of Cups, 9 of Swords. It's almost like you were in an illusion that you were getting what you wanted, but you knew you weren't, because a part of your wanting, a part of your fulfillment is using these gifts. And it's like as soon as this tower came, you were able to, like almost immediately, it seems like, yeah, begin alchemizing using your gifts. Like, I don't know, I'm feeling very strongly. It's like you're someone, I used to say this all the time to somebody. Like, I wasn't born into a family that had millions of dollars. I was born into a family that had magic. So that's what I got. My inheritance is a spiritual one. So it's like somebody trying to convince you that your, it would be like somebody trying to convince me that my spiritual inheritance is no good at all. Like, no, that's not actually an inheritance. No, you actually can't use it for anything. It's not actually going to work for anything. I mean, you don't have anything because, I mean, oh my God, that's not even like real. You can't even see it like that. Okay. And so then there's me like, oh no, I didn't get anything. Everybody got something but me. Oh no. Right. But that's the illusion. That would be the illusion. And it's like if I watched my life, I could see, no, I have these gifts. I mean, why else would all these attacks be coming, right, tribe? Like, why else would y'all have lived through as many of the spiritual attacks as you have if you didn't have something worth attacking, right, y'all? Let's keep going. God dang, the Hermit, the Hangman, and Justice. Yeah. Yup. Yeah. Yeah. Not only do you begin to actually transmute that negative energy about your gifts into something positive and recognize that this is a way that you can invest in yourself, invest in your future. This is how you're meant to build your future. This is knowledge that you brought with you from past lives. This is how you're meant to build your future. This knowledge, owning this, is how it's a part of how you're closing out this cycle. Do you understand that? Because if you don't accept that this is how you're meant to build, if you don't accept that you're a high priestess, you'll try to come into this next cycle on the same tip you were last time, right? Like, oh, well, what I do doesn't work. So I either need to be with somebody who does do something that works, or I need to do something else. Still walking away from your calling. You're a high priestess. You're not meant to be behind anybody. You're not even meant to be linked up with anybody except for source. I'm just saying. Because your connection has to remain pure, non-perverted. Okay? And I'm not saying you don't get to be in a relationship. That's not what I'm saying. Don't hear that. Because I couldn't possibly know your path. I'm just saying your level of discernment, High Priestess, Queen of Swords out here, like this is your vibe. Your level of discernment is elite. Elite, okay? Hermit, Hangman, Justice. So you surrendering to this, like you just being like, hey, you know what? Now that I'm out of that environment that was telling me this is bad and wrong and it's never going to work, and I can see where like, oh my God, it's actually worked before. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I feel like I'm reading about somebody getting getting their power back, getting their life back. Yeah. Justice, King of Wands, the Star, Six of Swords, the Lovers reverse. Yeah, like leaving a relationship, like moving to something peaceful after being in a tumultuous relationship, and just like the moment you do, this opportunities open up. Yeah. So, you know, there may be like a fear of not knowing what to do. Like, I don't, you know, there's so many choices. Like, there's so, like, we talk about limitless possibilities and there's so many opportunities. So there could be this fear, right? Of like, oh my God, how do I choose the right one? I'm not going to choose the right one. I need to choose the right one. You just want to trust you've done the work. And with who you are now, you would make the right choice. You would make a discerning choice. Yeah. You've had a transformation. I'm telling you, there's a death in here somewhere. I can feel it. You've gone from feeling like almost despondent, there's nothing that you can do, to actually releasing. It's like the difference between being committed versus being attached to the outcome. Okay? Yeah, you've moved into that really sweet spot where you can manifest with ease. Yeah. Yeah. You know, dang, Strength of Lovers and the Fool. Oof, Jesus. You've been through so much when it comes to relationships. I'm just clear that your discernment is so keen. You know, I just don't, yeah. Nine of Cups. This, you're so clear about what you want, and here's the High Priestess. Yeah. You're so clear about what you want. Your discernment is so keen. You really don't have anything to worry about. I feel like that's what this message is just confirming for someone, whoever you are, or maybe all of us as a tribe, right? You gotta take what resonates, leave the rest behind. But as the High Priestess, you are locked in. You are locked in. You've been sealed. You've been marked. You are locked in. Yes, you were in a situation that didn't have integrity, but that's over. The Tower's here. That's over. You are now on path and in alignment. And this person, you know, this King of Wands can see, oh shit, this person isn't coming back. Who is it? Is it, I forget, anyway, but there's something, this meme out there, like when a woman leaves you for peace, it's really over. That's this kind of energy. It's like there was this Nine of Swords situation that ended, and instead of you looking for another relationship, you're like, well, what's up with the divine? What the divine got going on? What God doing? Let me go see what God doing. And that like reconnected you to, oh yeah, I'm a high priestess. All my time, energy, attention, efforts must be going to the divine anyway. That's how I build for myself. That's how I work. That's how my gifts work. That's my job. That's how I get paid, right? It is. It really is like you being in an environment where someone's telling you that your calling as a high priestess isn't a valid calling. And then them trying to do everything in their power to continually prove to you that high priestess is not valid. Only at the end of the day, when the dust settles, guess what's valid and left out here standing? That's right, the high priestess. I'm going to leave this reading here. I hope it brought you some confirmation for what you already knew. If you haven't already, hit the like button. Drop me a comment. Let me know if it resonated. Definitely consider subscribing. Join the tribe over here. I'd love to have you. Like I said, time is a construct. We made it up, so the reading is timeless. You just take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Know that I love you guys, like, more than you'll ever know. I appreciate you riding with me, rocking with me through these readings. Y'all are top tier. Listen, until next time, trust your path. Oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness. Your purpose. Oh my gosh, you guys. And trust that there's a plan for you. Even if you can't see it all right now. Okay, love? Peace.